Good morning, everybody. I wish that you would invite somebody to share. Tell them coffee time is on. Check it out. We've all been through some storms. We've all been through some great things that have happened in our life beyond our control. Some things we ran into, some things we contributed to, some things happened beyond us. But regardless of what has happened, you got to know and believe that great is going to happen again. So here's what's getting ready to happen as you invite somebody to share. Stay right there. We'll be back.
Coffee time, coffee time. Uh-huh. Yeah, this ain't your average cup of joe. Listen, I need it in the morning, I need it at night. He always keeps it brewing, he always keeps it tight. Just a little sip, it'll get you right. Terrence Pickett always be the one that gets the coffee right. The coffee's right, the coffee's right in my life. It's never a wrong time over crime to get what's yours and to get what's mine. Come on. Coffee time in my life. Coffee time feels so right. I need a little sugar, put it in my cup. Can you stir it, Terrence? Let me know what's up. And at the end of the show, you can brew another pot. Just make sure you make it hot. Come on. Time in my life. Coffee time feels so right. I need a little sugar, put it in my cup. Can you stir it, Terrence? Let me know what's up. And at the end of the show, you can brew another pot. Just make sure you make it hot. Come on.
And good morning to everybody. Good morning again. Do me a favor, invite somebody to share. Tell them coffee time is on. It's a beautiful morning to be alive. Hopefully you've had a good weekend. Hopefully the things that you should have done, you've did. The things that you hope to do, you're still believing that you're going to get it done. God's given us new mercy. I believe the new mercy is given to grant us access to new things, to do new things we've never done before. And you need to know the power that is in you is greater than the forces that are against you. And at no time should you ever live on the defense. You ought to be living on the offense because you got the ball, you're in control, and you're winning whether it looks like it or not. Winning is perception. Winning is based on what you believe. If you believe you are a winner, so a man thinketh in his heart, so a woman has decreed in her mind, so are they. You are what you believe. And do me a favor one more time. Invite somebody to share. Invite somebody. Share. And good morning to everybody that's on. Let's see. Joanne, God's chosen vessel. Good morning. Tina White McPherson. Good morning. Vonda Oliver. Good morning to you. And I looked to send you a birthday message this morning, but for some reason, you didn't come up on my page. Not sure why that is. So want to say happy birthday to you, Vonda Oliver, to your twin sister, Rhonda Oliver. I pray God's best and speed upon both of you, and that favor will unlock doors that have been closed doors that have been open, and only his best can manifest in your life. And that means that he's raising up somebody somewhere to use their power, their ability, and their influence to bless you. So happy birthday. If there are any other birthdays, happy birthday to you as well. So have you ever gone through something where you were believing, I am Delta, good morning. Michelle Byers, good morning. You're believing that the best was going to happen, and in turn, things got worse instead of getting better. Well, one of the things that the enemy will try to do to you, he doesn't have access to you because you live on a different frequency. Let me unpack that for a second. There are too many people that live on the defense. They're so busy looking at the forces of evil that they can't see the forces of good that is working on their behalf. They're always looking at what they lost instead of looking at what they gained. They're always focusing in and concentrating on what's behind them instead of what's in front of them. Rhonda Oliver, make sure you replay this because I gave a specific word to you and your sister. Things are getting ready to turn for the both of you in different ways, and some of those things are going to blow your mind. But happy birthday, and if there is anybody else that have a birthday, happy birthday to you. I salute you by the mercies of God. That's what Paul did when he talked to folk. But there are Erica Austin, good morning. Tanya Woods, good to see you, Tanya. Tanya, you're next as well. There are things that we focus on, that we put our heart in. There's what we call heart equity. It's when we invest with things in our heart. And when we invest in those things with our heart and they do not turn out the way that we believe that they should, then there is a level of disappointment. There's a level of disappointment. One scripture says, hope deferred makes the heart sick. I need you all to do me a favor because I'm getting hot. Can you invite somebody to share? Give me 1 second. Invite somebody to share. I mean, the temperature felt like it was on hell. I got hot fast. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Chanel Williams, good morning to you. Thanks for joining us this morning. So, hope deferred makes the heart sick. That means when you believe for something and it did not turn out the way that you thought it was going to turn, it did not look like what you had hoped for, there's a level of sickness that comes to the heart. The disappointment is attached to this level of sickness, and you're disappointed. You can be so disappointed that you refuse to try it again. Now, here's the disadvantage of trying again. Nobody said that it was going to happen the first, second, third, fourth, fifth times. Anybody that has anything that can tell you every time they tried something, it clicked the first time, I can promise you what they have is not going to last. Because here's the reality. Mostly everything that we build, we're going to build in pain. You're going to always be living between two places. You're going to be living in a happy, joyous place, and you're going to be living in the place of disappointment, and they're going to work together simultaneously throughout life. This is why we're celebrating life, and at the same time, we're celebrating the birth of life, the gift of life. We're celebrating marriages. At the same time, we're grieving because we're burying somebody else that we love. Now, if you understand biblical history, you will understand that everything that God did, he did in the face of good and of evil, meaning they coincide. They exist together. Whether you see them or not, they're always there. The problem is we're taught that everything's going to work in our favor. Wherever your foot trump, he's going to give it to you. Everything that you touch is going to turn to gold. And we're not taught how to suffer and win at the same time. We don't understand that the suffering is a part of the win. The Apostle Paul said it this way. He says that the suffering of this world is not to be compared to the glory that shall be revealed. Well, what is he talking about? He also said they that live godly must suffer persecution. You're going to go through and you're going to win at the same time because you're going to always live between two worlds. And that's the world of good and evil. Now watch. Good becomes a greater magnet and things begin to work together in harmony for you on a greater basis when you can decide in your mind to focus on the win instead of looking at the loss. Here's what happens. Scientists says that we only use 10% of our brain. You've got to be pretty smart to use 10% of your brain. What's going on with the other 90%? There are some people that use 15%. The more you learn, the more you expand the capacity of your own mind. And in expanding the capacity of your own mind, believe it or not, that is where brilliance comes from. It comes with you tapping into the parts of your mind that you've never tapped into. And the way that you tap into it is to always be learning, always reading, always strengthening your mind, reading books, learning new themes, learning new songs, learning new quotes, learning things. If you stay in a habitual state of learning, you tap into the untapped resources of your own mind, and that's when creativity is forced. Now watch. Bad times work together for our good because it's during pressure times, it's when your back is against the wall that creativity is enforced. When creativity is enforced, you're tapping into a new part of your brain that you've never tapped into before, and that is where creativity comes from. And it's those ideas, it's those thoughts, it's those visions that you have. Now you take those things and you marinate them in prayer. You give them to God on a day-to-day basis. And it's those things, good morning, Nicole S. It's those things that he downloads to you that you become creative with. And it's the creativity that is attached to the passion of your heart. The passion gives you the fuel to push what you've created. And this is how you make all things new. So many times we want to put everything on God. He makes all things new. He makes all, no. He's going to give you creative suggestions to create things that will make things new for you. And while you are making things new for you, he's going to couple those things with favor and grace, meaning doors that have been closed have got to open. Open doors that are not for your good have got to be closed. And it's going to always be the push between good and evil. But whatever you focus on and whatever atmosphere you create, that is what you're going to become. If you train your mind to look at the things that are low, if you train your mind to look at the losses, if you train your mind to focus on your agitations, your irritation, and your frustrations, then you're going to always be what you always were. But the moment you tap out of the negative, the moment you stop looking at the past and you concentrate on what he gave you, and then there's a level of appreciation that comes with concentration, because when I concentrate on what he's given me, I become thankful because I know what you don't know, and that is I don't deserve the seat that I'm in, but because his grace has been good, because his mercy has been faithful, he has given me something. He trusts me. And knowing that he trusts me and he loves me fuels me to do even greater. What happens to a lot of us is that we focus on the past. We spend so much. Did you not know 70 to 90% of every thought that you have is about something that's in the past? Think about it. The reason it's hard to move into new relationships, the reason a lot of us aren't married is because we're stuck with the pain and the poison of the past, and it kills our dreams and our new ideas from focusing on the future. So every now and then what God has to do is he has to give you a little shock. Bless you with something that you didn't believe for, give you something that you didn't have the faith to produce. And this is to encourage you, to let you know that no matter what season you're in, you ought to always be happy because he's there. And him being there, he's going to make sure that what he put in you is going to have everything that it needs to exist outside of you. And if he gave you the business, he's going to send you the customers. If he gave you the dream, he's going to send you the material. Whatever he gives you, he's going to grace you for it, and he's going to give you the materials that are necessary to bring it to pass. But it's the enemy's job to keep you focused on the negative. It's the enemy's job to keep you focused on what you don't have. It's the enemy's job to keep you in a state of confusion, delusion, where you are illusional. And it's in this illusion that fear and doubt is created. You've got to listen to me. The best way to shake fear, the only way to shake fear, if you want to get rid of fear, if you are tired of being ruled by fear, There's one thing that you can do that will break the back of fear, and faith will increase in your life. I promise you, if you do this, you'll tell me in 30 days what a blessing it was for you, and it broke the curse of fear over your life. There's one thing you can do. When fear is there, do it scared. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to re-release those T-shirts. I've got some T-shirts out there that says do it scared. Action is the only thing that breaks the back of fear. Fear comes to demobilize you, to keep you at a standstill, to keep you where you're not moving, because it's in movement. Movement is the extension of faith. You only believe what you do, and as you do the thing that you're believing to do, the favor to get it done meets you. And I don't care what it is and what people say about it. You were born to win, predestined to succeed, and everybody's success looks different. But the moment you begin to put action to what you believe, when you put feet to the thing that you've been thinking, that is when fear, it may be coming along with you, but doing it scared demobilizes fear. And eventually what happens, fear falls off and faith begins to win. But you got to learn how to know that they will coexist. Wherever there's faith, there's going to be fear. In fact, fear is the key element or ingredient of faith, because without fear, you have nothing to believe against. There has to be something opposing you in order for faith to win through you. If there's no opposition, you don't need faith. Greater is going to happen to you again. Greater is coming to you again. You can even feel right now while I'm talking, you can feel something turning. You're coming alive again. The fire is being lit again, because that's the enemy's job. The enemy's job, and let me tell you what the enemy is. I know y'all deal with demonology, and you got all kind of demons chasing you because you God's child and you're always on the defense. I really don't believe that. I believe that we as a people of God, we live in a higher frequency. We do. It's like AM and FM radio. Both of them are operating on frequencies, but FM is higher than AM. So I'm not running from the devil. I'm not even fighting the devil. The moment I figure out what my purpose is and I pursue that, it's my ability and the faith that I walk in that gives me the favor to overcome everything that the devil tries. I don't have to fight the devil. I don't have to spend 24 hours in prayer because I'm in warfare, because I'm up under attack. Oh my God, I don't have to do all that. When I pursue the thing that is placed in my heart and I focus, when the enemy comes in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord lifts up a standard. That standard is his power that is working with me to do and will all his good pleasure. The enemy's automatically defeated when I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I give place to the enemy of my mind, the enemy of my soul, when I open the door for fear to drive. There are some things that is lying dormant in you. Some things that you dreamed of before that are coming back up as we speak. You know why? The thing has been lying there because fear has it buried. Once fear is exposed, once the light of fear confronts the darkness, once the light of faith confronts the darkness of fear, wherever there's light, there can be no darkness. And I'm telling you, you're going to be great again. You're going to do greater again. And it starts right now, not tomorrow, not when you get the plan together. Your greatness starts now. It starts when you believe. The reason I'm talking about this morning is there's something specifically you have given up on, whether it's your children, your marriage, your business, your job, or even yourself. And it's time to breathe life back into the thing that God has called you to have. You can't look at what is and determine what's going to be. What is going to be shaped by what you say. I really believe, I believe with everything that's in me, that COVID is not supposed to kill us. COVID is supposed to set us up for the win. Now, if you've been wise in your dealings and you've been smart about your movement, there are more opportunities that are available for you now to do things that you could not do before. In fact, you've had enough time at the house to really see the treasure that's on the inside of you that even you've ignored. Now is the time to ignite it. Now is the time to light the fire. Now is the time to get done the things that you've been afraid to do. You ought to build like you've never built before. You ought to have a courage that you've never had before. Why? Because God is confirming the desires of your heart by attaching you to people who's going to help you win. This is why you have to be careful how you handle relationships. You don't know who the key component is to your next win. Everything comes in stages and levels. I tell people all the time, it's impossible for me to lose, and it's not an arrogant statement. It's a statement of truth. And I'm not bragging. I'm observing. It's an observation. But there are some things that I put in place that gives me that courage. Let me tell you what I put in place that makes it impossible for me to lose. I don't care what it is. I'm not saying I won't go down. I just won't go out. See, you can be knocked down, but knocked out. Let me tell you what I put in place. 3 components, 3 major things that I have in place. Number 1, love for people. What money cannot buy, what money cannot do, love can conquer all. You got to love people. I love my haters. I love those that mistreat me. And love has caused me to build barriers and gates so that the love is not poisoned by your immaturity. So I will keep you away from me, but the love doesn't stop because I'm still praying for you. Love for people. You've got to have a love for humanity. The reason God's going to bless you, elevate you, and give you favor beyond what you could even think or imagine is so that you can turn around and show the love to people, the same divine love that he's shown to you. Now, love is an action word. Because I love, I give. We have to follow the same pattern that God gave us. John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave. So don't tell me you love me and that love is not coupled with giving. So because I love, my love forces me to give people without expecting anything in return. So I sow my seed, my money, I sow my talent and my resources. I am always in a position of giving. I give to people who can't give back, and I give to people who have a lot. And it's done because of love. For God so loved that he gave. Now, what did he give? I'm always going to give my best. If I cannot give my best, I'm just not going to give. Love requires the best. So I'm going to always win because I love. I give the best. If I'm giving my time, if I'm sharing information, I'm going to give you things that you've never heard. Because as I'm giving through my experience and through the wisdom of my own wit, I'm also listening to God who freely gives to us all things. So my love requires me to give, not just give anything, not just give the stuff I don't want. No, love requires me to give my best. It becomes sacrificial when, hey, there's nothing wrong with this, but I want to sow this into you because there is something greater in you that God wants to bring out of you. And the gift that I'm going to give you is going to help release you. It's going to help who you are in the future. So love requires me to give, and it requires me to give my best. That's the first thing that I do. Giving is the second thing that I do. This giving is motivated by love. No, I don't have to know you to give to you. Well, I want to know what you're doing with my seed. I want to make sure I'm sowing in good soil. That's because you're giving to the person. But when you give because of the spirit of love, God, that is in you, when you give, you're giving to the love, out of the love that God's extended towards you. God then takes the seed that you give to them. If they take it and bury it, God's still going to breathe on it. And that's how you get your increase. I give to people that I don't know. Not just the homeless, not just the orphans, not just the widows. I don't have to know them to give because I give in the right spirit, and it's because I'm giving out of love that God's going to cause increase on what I give. So I always find myself in a position of giving. Here's the third thing. The reason I know I'm going to always win. I'm always looking out for the benefit of somebody else. I could be a millionaire right now if it wasn't for people. But because I see their need greater than my need, I look out for them the way that I want people to look out for me. Now, when you put those three things into action, the law of reciprocity has to meet you. What is reciprocity? Whatever I put out is I've got to get it back. So I have to stay in position to receive the fruit of my giving. I can't back up. I have to stay focused. I have to do the things that I'm supposed to do and stay away from the things that I'm not supposed to do. I cannot invest my time into people who aren't going anywhere. If you drain me and exhaust me, that is a sign you're not supposed to be near me. Because there should be peace. There should be peace between you and I. Every time I get around you, I shouldn't be tired of you. I shouldn't be trying to find ways to get from around you, because what's inside of you is not in harmony with the peace that lives inside of me. And sometimes you can sow into people, your children, your parents, your siblings, your family, your friends. You want them to win more than they want to win, so you're exhausting yourself, sowing into them, and they're doing nothing. They become like leeches. Take. Have nothing to take. They wear you out. By the time you get them encouraged to do what you're believing they can do, by the time they get to the place of doing it, you're exhausted and you can't do the things that you're supposed to do. You're going to have to learn how to disperse your giving. You give in increments. You never give all at one time. It's called stewardship. I'm gonna give. Let me see what you do with that. And based on what you do with that, that's going to determine if I do some more. This keeps me safe. It keeps me protected from sowing and giving into something that is not moving. Let me tell you something else. Most of your energy is zapped in phone calls and text messages because you feel obligated to respond. Let me tell you, you feel obligated. I gotta respond right back. And they put all this pressure on you. Well, that doesn't work for everybody. What do you do when you got 100 people texting you and calling you? There's no way you're going to be able to call them right back. You better learn how to take time for yourself. You better learn how to rest, relax, and get to people when you can, because if they're operating in the same grace that you are in, they will understand you can't get right back with them. There's too much going on. It might be a day or two. It might be 3 days. Let people put pressure on you to live up to their expectation when you don't have the grace to be where they are. The grace that he gives us every day is for what we're supposed to do every day. People text me and call me, want me to do this, want me to do that, want me to come here, want me. I don't have the time because I'm focused on what he's called me to do. And I'm not going to let anybody pull me off the task of where he's placed me. So you better learn Some text messages don't deserve a response. It's not because they're bad. It's just because they're going to kill the mood and the energy of the place that you're in and require you to think beyond where you are. Give you one more thing. Protect your space. Your space can be polluted. Your atmosphere can be perverted by the people that you bring in it. Because what happens is the temptation to follow them, listen to them, now has become a distraction. The temptation to entertain them, the temptation to be what they need you to be, pulls you from the place where you are. Now you're not in position to receive what's coming to you. You got to watch who you let in your atmosphere. And here's the last thing I'm going to give you. Make time to have fun. Let your hair down. Laugh. Chill. Go jump in the pool. Play checkers. Connect Four. I was at a little birthday get together this past weekend, and I was crowned the Connect Four champion. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I was crowned the Connect Four champion. Yes. I deserved it. I beat everybody that was there. Thank you. Thank you. I deserved it. I beat everybody that was there. Nobody could do anything. Have fun. Laugh. Last night, I got invited to dinner with Train and his dad. Listen, seeing them two together, y'all, when I say they are twins, there's only one difference between the two. When I look at his dad, I see where he's going. When I look at him, I see where his dad has been. His dad is the foresight to his future, and Train is the hindsight to his father's past. Looking at those two together, it ignites something in my heart. There's only one difference between them. We went out, we ate, laughed, had fun. The only difference between them two, Train has a stomach. He's fat. Kickball belly. Train has hips. Got his frame from his daddy, but hips from his mama. Have fun. Enjoy the people that are in your life. They were placed there to give you joy. You so serious and so focused on work, you don't know how to relax, release, let go, and have fun. Fun is a part of your therapy. It's therapeutic. Laugh. Stop being so serious. Train's twitches just like his mama. He walked just like her. Shake like his auntie. But he looks like his daddy. Get a friend and make fun of him. You know, a lot of people couldn't hang with me and my friends because we do this all day. You know, and none of us have ever gotten mad. We were ordering off of the menu, and Train took forever. He said, and I just told the cashier, give him a moment. He just got out of jail and he has a hard time reading and you don't have any pictures on your menu. It's going to take him. If he say, that, I'll be his interpreter and tell you what that is. Have fun. Spend time with the people you love. Last week, you know, I have these. When I go to Gene's house, he know I love fish, so he always has fish. So I think it was last Thursday. I was at Gene's house. He's doing his radio show, sitting on his couch. I'm eating fish. And he was wondering why nothing was working right. He said, man, this thing ain't working right. Something going on. I said, yeah, you got all that gator stuff on your couch. Why would you want to cheer for anything that lives in a swamp? Have fun. Enjoy the people you're with. Now, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Based on the amount of responsibility that a person has, that's going to determine the time they can give. My friends and I, because we're busy, we get in each other's way. What do I mean by that? Well, because I live on the south side, when I go see Gene on the north side, I make sure I handle all the business that I have in his area. And in between business deals, I stop by. I can't stay long. Same thing with Trent, because we're busy. But you better make time. You better make time to detox, have fun, laugh. You live one time. You're going to live one time. And based on how many dreams you have, what you believe in God for, that's going to determine how much time you have. Now, I'm going to this goes with the last thing that I just told you in terms of having fun. Make sure you're doing things that you enjoy. I love to sing. I do. And I'm trying to look for this song. So I did a concert last year on Mother's Day. We're looking into doing the same thing this year. Even though it's to minister to others, it ministers to me because it gives me an opportunity to express that side of the gift that God's placed in me. Let me see, I think this is it. So whenever I get down, whenever I feel like I'm not making the difference that I know I can make and I need to do more, I listen to my music. It excites me and encourages me. Yes! So you've got to put yourself in a position where you are doing the things. I'm going to let y'all hear this other song that I wrote real quick. But that you're doing the things that make you happy. That's important. I'm going to share this song. It's not out yet, but we're working on getting it out. And I'm going to share this song with you real quick, and hopefully it'll encourage you, and we'll end here. Oh, that's not it. Hold on. The name of the song is Sovereign, and we give me a second. And these are the things that I do on a regular to encourage myself. And it gives me a release I don't have the time to do it as much as I like, but I do it. This song is called Sovereign. This is a piece of it.
His plans for you to win and not to lose. He's beginning and the end. He's predestined you to win. He is sovereign. Sovereign. He is God.
I wrote this song, and here it is.
You're standing there when you were abused. He felt the agony and pain that troubled you. Oh, you sees you when you cry, and you ask the reason why. But he's still sovereign, sovereign. He is God. Sovereign, 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 sovereign. He is God, sovereign. He alone. Sovereign. Oh. Sovereign, yes you are. Sovereign. Sovereign. He knows everything about you. Sovereign. He knows. Sovereign. Sovereign, yes you are.
So Melanie Patrick, so do you have vault with your music that you're waiting to release? I'm not sure what that question is. I posted it because I want a better understanding. Could you rephrase the question? Thank you.
He alone is a healer. He was wounded for your transgressions, bruised for your iniquities, and by his stripes you're healed. He saved you.
Same Pickett.
Savior. 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 Oh, listen. He knows all. And he cares for you. Sovereign. Come on, say it again. Say it.
So Melanie, she says, are you writing music but saving it? No, I'm writing it, getting it ready, recording it. But here's what happened. Let me explain what happened. The single that I put out last year, Always There. If you don't have it, it's on all digital outlets. Always There did what I did not expect it to do. I didn't. We've sold over 23,000. So you don't want to put a song out when a song is still hot and it's still selling. So I have to wait. We're doing a video for Always There now. I have to wait until that kind of dies down a little bit, and then we're going to release the next one. Give it time to do. We're probably going to put out one more single, and then we'll release the whole album. So if you would like to give, hey, listen, because it is expensive. Not only are we doing the broadcasting, not only are we doing all the things that our hands are in, we have Encounter. We're also doing music, and it's music to help build people, to help encourage people. It's expensive. This is why I ask for people to give to help support what we do. I'm going to finish playing some of this song.
He cares about you. He's sovereign. Sovereign. Sovereign, yes, you are. Goes on.
Sing, boy.
He cares. He's sovereign. Sovereign, yes, you are. He's gonna heal your broken heart. Healer, yes, he is. Listen, he's able. Able. God is able. He alone is able. Yes, you are able.
So I'm going to give you a special treat this morning. Here's what I'm going to do. I just paused it because I'm going to let you see the video. Since you all are joining, this is my gift. I'm dedicating this to you all. I'm going to let you see the video. There's a way that I can do it. Give me 1 second. I'm going to set it up so I can screen share. And just give me a minute, all right? I'm going to hook you all up for hanging out with me. Hopefully this song blesses you. This is the next single that we're getting ready to release. Takes a lot of money to do it right. All right. So if you like to give towards it, trust me, it will bless us. Give me 1 second. There we go. And what I really love about God is God gives you people to help produce your dream. We don't have to wait for nobody to do what we do. I don't have to wait on the radio station. I don't have to wait on TV. I have access to be able to release our own music my way.
Listen, he knows all, and he cares for you. Sovereign. Come on, say it again. Say it. He knows all. He cares about you. He's sovereign. It's easy, just say healer.
You're my healer, yes, you're my healer, yes, my healer, healer, yes, you are.
Say it again, somebody needs to hear it.
By your stripes we are healed. You're Jehovah Rapha, God. You're Jehovah, I heal. You're the healer. Yes,
Sam, can you call him Savior?
Savior, my Savior, my Savior, you are my Savior, you're my Savior, yes you are, Lord, you're my Savior, yes you are, Lord, you're my Savior.
Can you call him able?
He is able. Lord, you're able to meet every need. My God is able to heal every hurt. My God is more than able. Oh, you're able. Oh, Lord, you're able. You're able. Oh, yeah.
Say healer,
Healer,
Savior,
Savior,
able.
able, yes you are.
Knows all.
Knows all.
Cares for you.
Yes,
Sovereign.
sovereign, yes
Oh,
you are.
healer.
Healer,
Savior.
Savior,
Able. And I need thee, oh, I need thee. Every hour I need thee. Oh, bless me now, my Savior. I come to thee. Praising like you worry. Let everything that happens lift up your voice in Zion. Give God glory. He's still good. He's still God. And He's in control.
Yes, sir. Now, I told y'all I was a church boy. I told you that. I tried to tell you. That's what I am. Anyway, God gave me that song 2000. It came to me the end of 2019 going into 2020. I'm going to talk about some of the things that were going on, what I was feeling in my heart. But in 2020, I finished it, and we're going to record it. So, you know, I want to end with this. When you have a lot to give, it takes a lot of resources. It does. And, you know, I give of my own resources till I'm broke. And that's one of the reasons why I solicit your help, your sponsorship. I solicit your giving. It's to help us, because I believe when we release music like this, we change the trajectory of what's going on in our personal life. When you have music that touches your heart, man, that song is God speaking to us, telling us he's still in control. I don't care what COVID says. I don't care what your government says. I don't care what white evangelical says. I don't care what Trump got to say. He's sovereign. He knows all. He cares. He's a healer. He's a savior. He's a deliverer. Whatever you need, that's what he is. And we need to get music like this out. We need to get shows like this out in the atmosphere. It builds our hope, it builds our trust, and it builds our faith. So that's why I solicit your help. So if you would like to give, sponsor Call for Time, that'll take care of all of it. If you say, Pickett, I want to sponsor the entire project, what will it take? Well, to do the entire project, it's $4,000. That takes care of the engineering, the mixing, the mastering. Now, we already have, but and it would take care of the video. $4,000 takes care of not just the project, but it takes care of the video, and it gives us an opportunity, I think, to give about 500 hard copy CDs. Some people still not on digital. They want a CD. It gives us that ability. So if you would like to fund it, you say, well, maybe I can't fund the whole thing, but Pickett, I want to fund some of it. Hit me up in my inbox or saw it right there on $ Call for Time. I've enjoyed my time with you. Remember, you were born to win. There is no me without you. Without your ears, I don't have a voice. You make this possible. We are a match made in heaven, and I'm glad, I'm excited, and I'm excited about what's getting ready to happen to you. Greater is going to happen again for you. You're going to soar. You're going to be great, and you're going to do wonderful things and exploits in the name of the mighty name and the only name. Yeshua is his name. Yeah. So you were born to win, predestined to succeed. There's nothing that can happen to you today that the wisdom on the inside of you is not able to handle. You've got to calm down, slow down. Listen to the wisdom in you. When you listen to wisdom, you will always win. Y'all go have a productive day and remember to think higher, speak loud.
Coffee time, coffee time. Yeah, this ain't your average cup of joe. Listen, I need it in the morning, I need it at night. He always keeps it brewing, he always keeps it tight. Just a little sip, it'll get you right. Terrence Pickett always be the one that gets the coffee right. The coffee's right, the coffee's right in my life. It's never a wrong time over crime to get what's yours and to get what's mine. Come on. Coffee time in my life. Coffee time feels so right. I need a little sugar, put it in my cup. Can you stir it, Terrence? Let me know what's up. And at the end of the show, you can brew another pot. Just make sure you make it hot. Come on.